Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Bernie here, bringing the latest NBA news and rumors and also basketball opinions. And as you guys can tell, I'm bringing the news and rumors from the beach currently. Obviously, I'm out here in Orange County, kind of at Newport Beach. So I do appreciate you guys, one, for subscribing to the channel. And I do apologize that we're not in our usual setup. Usually I'd be doing this over, obviously, my computer, pointing out to the story, talking about it, seeing what you guys think about it. But again, I do appreciate you guys for being patient. And I could have put out a video today, but the video today would have been old news. It would have been something new and relevant. And so I didn't feel like it was appropriate to put that video out. And instead I decided to record something here. And so I do appreciate that, in a perspective, for you guys. And so, what I will say is that I do appreciate you guys for the 1,000 subscribers. It means a lot to me and my boy Pete. This is something that we've been trying to reach for 3 years now, almost 4 years, what it feels like. And the fact that you guys have helped us out in that aspect is truly appreciative, and we're so grateful for it. And we're potentially thinking about doing a giveaway for this point. And so be on the lookout for that. We'll continue to talk about it as we continue to look at the news and rumors and basketball opinions and kind of figure out what the best thing is. I would love to do some sort of jersey or shirt or jacket from the NBA store. And so just, again, be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout on how you can enter in for this participation. With that being said, let's talk about the news and rumors that came out late last night at the midnight hour. Shams and Wojnarowski kind of doing the Lord's work for these organizations and for these players. And that is, of course, that the Boston Celtics potentially could be getting Kevin Durant. And that's crazy to think, because I know a lot of Celtics fans are not necessarily happy about it because they think that their team is good enough. They think that we have what it takes to kind of win these games. But at the same time, we also have to admit the fact that in those series, we were lacking a little bit in many aspects. Like, I was really frustrated with the fact that we really couldn't get any off-ball movement. Everyone was just kind of standing around. And it was kind of frustrating to watch as a Celtics fan to see that we could have potentially been, we had the series in our hands and we just let it slip out of our hands. And so, again, it is frustrating to kind of watch and see, but nevertheless, that's just something we're going to have to live with. But I am excited to kind of talk about this series, and this is what it has to go on to say. From Agent Wojnarowski, he talks about how the Celtics were offering Jaylen Brown and two, I believe, unprotected first-round picks for Kevin Durant, but the Nets counter-offered and want, of course, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, and 3 unprotected first-round picks. And it makes sense. And really, I kind of make this, or kind of the reason why this is happening, is because of the Rudy Gobert situation. We know what Rudy Gobert went for, and it obviously costs a lot of stuff just to get Rudy Gobert. And so I think that just has an effect on the market, where now teams are going to start saying, hey, well, they got this for Rudy Gobert. This is what we think of our player. And so if that's the case, the Celtics have to really think about, is this the best option for them to get rid of those guys and the picks for Kevin Durant? Again, Kevin Durant at this point is 34 years old in his career. Here's what I'll say about it. I do think that if I was the Celtics, and we know that Jaylen Brown has reportedly said something on Twitter, shaking his head. He's obviously frustrated with the fact that that Brad Stevens has kind of put that out there in the trade machine. What I will say is that I do think that it does make sense for the Celtics to try and do something here, to try to at least attempt to become a better team. And again, when you replace a really good player with one of an all-time great player in Kevin Durant, there's no going wrong with it. I know a lot of people will make fun of Kevin Durant. They'll say, oh, well, again, there he goes. Team eliminates him. He joins that team. But what I will say about this time that's different, more so in the fact that I think that this is the first time in Kevin Durant's career where he's obviously done this move. And again, as a Celtics fan, selfishly, yeah, I would love to have Kevin Durant on my team. I'd love for him to be on the roster. But I think for Celtics fans, they love the born and raised type of thing. They don't really love the trading stuff too much. They like to kind of, especially with the way that the Red Sox have accumulated their players through homegrown talent. I think I want to say it's the same way with the Bruins of Boston. And so I think that's where Celtics fans are like, well, we kind of appreciate building and doing this stuff, even though we got Kyrie Irving, even though we got Gordon Hayward in the past. What I will say is that I think we do need Kevin Durant because I think what it will do is that it will push Tatum to understand how to play the game of basketball a little bit better. What frustrated me last year about Tatum, more so in the NBA Finals than anywhere else, because in the rest of the playoffs, he was perfect. The ball just kind of stuck to him, and he just couldn't get things going, which then made him force some shots up, which then led to us having bad possessions and letting more transition offense for the Warriors. And it was frustrating to watch because I think Tatum really kind of shot us, and maybe many of the other players as well, Marcus Smart included, in that, shot us out of the games because we decided to quickly shoot it, or we turned it over, and then boom, we're right into transition defense. Obviously, the Warriors just hunt transition points, and so that's the frustrating part about the Warriors, maybe not the Warriors, sorry, the Celtics at this point in that series, was just the fact that we just kept getting hit with that. And then, of course, Tatum broke the record for most turnovers in that game. The Celtics have said that Tatum is untouchable at this point. And so I think what that means is that obviously Brown has to go. I mean, one thing I want to ask you guys, the Celtics fans, or even people that just kind of are the NBA watchers, obviously like yourselves watching this video, would you guys get rid of Brown, or would you guys get rid of Tatum? That'd be the interesting question I want to ask you guys in the comment section down below. Who would you get rid of? Because I think that's a very interesting and peculiar, because I've had some people that have told me, you got to get rid of Tatum. Tatum's the issue. Or, no, you got to get rid of Brown. He can't dribble. Like, there's a lot of things that people say about both guys. So I'd love to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. At the end of the day, getting rid of Brown to bring in Kevin Durant would be a huge plus. The only thing then would be, do you get rid of your Defensive Player of the Year in Marcus Smart to send him over to Brooklyn? Now, personally, what frustrated me about Smart was the shot selection at times for him. There was times where, yeah, you can take that shot and make it, but there was times in the NBA Finals, and again, I hate going back to it, but it's such an important keystone to the Celtics, kind of whether they win or lose the series, and Golden State, was the fact that Marcus Smart took some really bad shots and really took some quick shots. I believe it was that Game 5, if I'm not mistaken, maybe Game 4, where if we would have won, we would have been up 3-1, 3-2, something of that nature, and instead we tied it 2-2, went back there, they were up, and then at the end of it, we were just kind of like, well, that's kind of it. And so I think that's the frustrating part for me as a Celtics fan, was watching it and saying, why couldn't we come over the hump? I mean, especially in Game 1, where we punched them in the mouth, we got them on the ropes, and then we just kind of let them back into the series, and that to me is what can happen. And so I think by adding Durant, I don't think that will happen. I think you'll get a really good team that will play around Durant. The question now becomes, he's the bona fide leader, he's the number one option on the team. What does that do to Tatum's ego? What does that do for Tatum? Like, is Tatum okay with it? Because again, it's fine when when Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are around the same age, so it's like it doesn't really matter if you kind of are the alpha or do the alpha-like stuff. But now that Kevin Durant's kind of in there, does that change everything? And I just think that with the crowd and the perception of Boston Celtics fans with Kevin Durant, the NBA world is going to hate the Celtics even more. And I can already see the memes. I can see it, everything. This is pretty much like, in wrestling terms, John Cena turning and becoming a heel, or even for my older people that are watching, Hulk Hogan joining the NWO. It has that feel to it where you can feel like the crowd is really going to boo. Like the rest of the NBA, the Celtics fans are going to cheer and do whatever they want, right? But then you're going to have the rest of the league just boo the hell out of us and really boo the Celtics and become the villains again. And I know a lot of people, when it comes to Celtics, not a lot of people are happy with the Celtics, rightfully so for some stuff. But, I think that this will create a big rivalry. And then if Kyrie goes to the Lakers, that'll be even a bigger rivalry. And if they meet in the finals, that is when stuff's going to get real. That's like Stone Cold versus The Rock Johnson type of stuff. Like, you're going to get huge rivalries. And I'm excited for that. My only concern would be for the Boston Celtics that if it doesn't work, what's to stop Kevin Durant from doing the same thing, right? What's to stop him from saying, well, the same thing as Kyrie Irving did. If you'll have me, I'll sign a contract extension. He said that, everyone cheered for Kyrie, and then all of a sudden, he's gone. Same thing that might happen for Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant might be like, man, I really love it here in Boston. Yeah, I want to trade out or something like that in that nature. And so with that being said, I want to ask you guys out there in the comment section down below, if you're a Boston Celtics fan or if you are an NBA owner, in the NBA owner's mindset, what would you do in that situation? Would you trade Kevin Durant, or would you just stay with Jaylen Brown and kind of rock with this group that you have currently? I would love to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Please remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Again, the more likes, the more subscribers, the more this channel can grow and develop. And again, I do appreciate you guys for helping us hit the 1,000 subscriber mark. Again, we will be doing a giveaway relatively soon. Again, I want to talk to my boy Pete about it and just kind of talk about what we could do as a giveaway and how to do it, because I think he's done it before on his Twitch channel, and so I just want to get his advice and opinion on it before we start doing it for you guys, especially with the 1,000 subscriber mark. Anyway, guys, like I said, my name is Bernie. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.